गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णू गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Let there be peace and love amongst all the human beings of the universe. Let there be peace. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We have started the revision on the ninth chapter, that is the story of Dhamma and others. And we have seen the two topics. First was Ahankar Uday, the rise of ego, and second was Ahankar Trivada. Ego are of three kinds. Today we will be starting the third topic, that is Nirvasana, the state free from mental impressions. So all the stories which we are dealing in the essence of Yoga Vasisthas are mainly meant for quietening our mind. We have to quieten our mind because our mind is important to us, and this mind which we are talking about, it has two attributes. One attribute is it cheats us, and another attribute is it helps us. So, how to find out whether it is cheating or whether it is helping us? Simple thumb rule. If that mind is taking you towards the divinity, towards the tranquility, towards the contentment, towards the peaceful land, towards the happiness, towards the relaxed and cool condition, without any interference, you are living in this relative world, but no interference or no impact of the relative world on your mind. So then your mind is cooperating with you, and your mind is becoming settler and settler by listening to these stories. But if its mind is becoming extrovert, mind is taking you for a toll, it is going in this duality and moving around and spoiling your show. That is, you are becoming more and more miserable, more and more you are suffering, then take it for sure that your mind is cheating you. So how to deal with this mind? Very simple logic has been told. Do attend the satsang, do attend the afternoon meeting. So what will happen is every day this stories rather, will keep on telling your mind from the different angles. Is listen to the scriptures and change your attitude. You have to change your attitude for a betterment. And what is that? In Hindi, it is called as samajdari. Understanding has to be improved. That understanding is what? Discrimination. The discrimination should kindle in your mind, and that is possible only through listening to the satsanga, only through listening to the scriptures, and it will remove our all wrong notions. What are the wrong notions? Are that the wrong notion about ourselves? I am the body. This is a wrong notion. So what I am? I am the part of the divinity, and I am only the self. Moment you realize that, obviously you will be always happy with that. So that is first thing. Wrong notion about yourself, wrong notion about the world. What we feel in the world is the duality. We feel the world is dual. You find the world everywhere. Yourself, your wife, your son, your daughter, your business, your whatnot, your profession, your people around. They will always remain as it is. But the relative problems cannot be solved by the absolute. If you really want to solve these relative problems of the world, you have to dissolve your mind in the absolute. So simple. You have to dissolve. Like if water, if ice cube is placed in the water, what will happen? It will dissolve, and then only water will remain. Similarly, the ice cubes of our mind has to be dissolved in the water. Moment you dissolve that, what will happen is it will only remain as the consciousness, it will only remain as the bliss, it will only remain as the self, and it will only remain as the oneness. It will not have to, even though outside, like I am seeing, there is both left hand and right hand, But I know these are the part of the same body, so I left hand cannot fight with the right hand because they know there's no point fighting. We are the part of the same body. Similarly, in the world, there's no point, so you have to make adjustment. What happens with the angry man? Angry man is suffocating inside. Why? Because he has no discrimination. He has not used the discrimination. Vivek Buddhi is not using. He is not using his Vivek Buddhi. He is not using his mind for the right thing. And what happens is, mind is reduced from self confidence to the self doubt. It goes into the self doubt. अपने को doubt आने लग जाता है scriptures पे. And then very good saying is there. Samshay Atma Vinishyati. The Atma which has a samshay, which has the doubt, it never succeeds in its targets and its purpose of the life. So this ahankar uday which has been told, what others are doing, that is not our business. Our business is only to the listen satsang every day. How many people should listen to the satsang? I am the speaker, and let's say there are no listeners. So I am the first listener. That's all. That is over. And all other people they are joining. It is they are joining only for their mind. They want to improve their mind. They want to improve their status of their mind. So that's why they are very much there, and they are interested in their own mind, so that will remain cool, tranquil, obviously contented, and relaxed and cool. So then this Ahankar first topic which we are talking about, how this ego comes? Ego is created because of the success and failure in the life. And then we start giving importance to it. So let's say there is a marathon race and then we lose the race, so we get dejected. Or we win the race, then we get elated. So both the things are not correct. Participating in the marathon race is important. In fact, I'll put it like this. All the people in marathon race who are all participating should be given a gold medal. First, the person who comes first, he may be given 50 grams of gold medal. And the last person who gets comes, he may get 0.05 grams of gold medal. But all have participated in that marathon. Similarly, all the people who participated for the betterment of their life through the satsang, they are all the winner because they have now changed the direction of their life. उन्होंने अपने जीवन में समझदारी लाना चालू कर दिया. So what has got to be done? Effect cannot question the cause. We have seen the Kaka Kali Anyay, like falling off the coconut tree, the crow flies away from that this thing, and person sitting on the bottom, that coconut goes and hits him. There is no logic in it. No logic. It is at that time it has happened. So you cannot say because that crow fly away, that coconut has fallen in his head and his head broke. No, not like that. So this world is like this. This world is what made up of two things: Haricha and Harikrupa. Haricha, it is his icha, his desire. Harikrupa means according to our mind, he is working. So we should not get bogged up because of our ego. And what ego does is, ego brings up the fear. Ego brings us the pride. And ego brings us the desire. दिस इज द इंडिकेटर ऑफ ईगो. अगर तुम्हारे मन में कोई डिजायर आ रही है, फियर आ रहा है और प्राइड आ रहा है, तो ईगो आ गया, समझ लीजिए. So that is the first topic which we have seen, that is ahankar, and then subsequent second topic we have seen was ahankar trividha, three types of ahankar. So what is that? If now understand that you have become a wise person, you understood everything and you have started implementing in your life, and your personality is changing day by day, day by day, day by day. It's changing, it's improving. Mind is becoming subtler and subtler. You are becoming happy. You know that always you should say, I am happy, or be happy, or mauj mein raho. If you understand this, half the work is done. But somebody around you, maybe he may not be interested that you may remain in mauj mein raho. So if you start asking question, in that case you can say, very nice mantra you can use, I don't know. Somebody asks you, just say, I don't know. Simple, that's all. So further talk will stop there only. You will not trouble यार इसको तो कुछ आते नहीं बुद्धू है. So that's what. So how these wise people behave? जानवत मेधावी जड़वत आचरते. They know all the things of the world. Everything you know. Subtlest mind. But वो क्या बोलेंगे? जड़वत आचरे. That means they will behave like जड़वत. We know the story of Jad Bharat. Jad Bharat was tied to the dolly which king was sitting, and he was the fourth person because the fourth person of that carriage, he was not feeling well, and naturally they wanted fourth person to carry that carriage. They have found this hefty guy, Jad Bharat, and they made him to join that carriage to carry over. So now he is in his aesthetic mood. He was going that, and it is shocks were being transferred to the Raja, and king started shouting, "Who is there? Who is that new man who is troubling? Tell him to be straight." So then this Jad Bharat told, Raja, I am not carrying you, and you are not carried by me. And then Raja was shocked to know that. He came down, who is this? Let me tell. And then he asked few questions, and then Raja goes down to this Jad Bharat. How? Because that Raja was supposed to get the advice from that Jad Bharat. So that's why this all the story has come there. But if you somebody is troubling you only for a question purpose, then don't say, just say that I don't know, and let's forget about there only and be away from that. So there are three types of egos which we have seen yesterday. Very nice. Yesterday's proposition was there, right from shloka number 16 till shloka number 24. Almost 8 shlokas were there which told three types of egos. First is Aham Brahmasmi. This is the best ego, ultimate ego, and the real spiritual practice. You can say, I am the Brahmasmi, I am the ultimate, I am the supreme, I am that divinity, I am everything in this world, I only is there. So he has transferred this I to that divinity. Second was lower, good one. He says, I am Jivosmi, I am the part of that divinity. Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Jivasmi. And the third, which is Tucha, which has to be thrown away. I am the body, I am the hand, I am the legs, I am the body, I am the organ, I am the kidney, I am the liver, I am the pancreas. I am not saying these are mine. In fact, I am saying I am only that. So that is bad. So this third conviction is a worldly conviction which has to be condemned and which should not be followed. And finally, in the last shloka 24, very nicely it is said that Atyantam paramam shreyam etadeva paramam padam. Having abandoned even the earlier two, that is I am Brahmasmi, I am Jivasmi out of abandon, and devote of ego, whoever exists, he alone reaches the supreme state surely. This alone is the highest position, the absolute and utmost good. And with this background, we are going to start the today's topic, that is Nirvasanata, the state free from mental impressions. So, what is that? Before we start the shloka number 25th, let then what yesterday's the revision and earlier chapter revisions, what we'll see is, let our mind be like a mirror. अपना मन ये mirror के समान रहना चाहिए. Mirror की क्या characteristics है? I go and stand in front of mirror. What happens is mirror reflects everything. I stand in front of mirror. Some ladies stand in front of mirror. It will only give that picture, not somebody else's picture. It reflects anything, everything, rejects nothing. Whoever comes in front of the mirror, it will not reject anything and retains nothing. Moment you go away from the mirror, it will not retain anything. As a result, we start living in utter presence. That means mirror is always in utter presence. It has no reaction of the situation, but it's very much in the world. So don't react in life. अपने को life में reaction नहीं करना है. Reaction happens due to the frustrations inside. If you react and comment, let's say there is an accident in our square. Somebody has been profusely hurt. So instead of giving some medicines to him, instead of giving some water to him, instead of doing bandage, we go there and create video. We go and create there. We keep on gossiping. गाड़ी इधर से आया, वो गाड़ी उधर से आया. पुलिस टाइम पे आना चाहिए था. ये रोड पे बम्पर लगाना चाहिए. ये यहाँ पे बराबर नहीं है. ये तो पूरा डेड एंड है. यहाँ पे डेड लॉक है. यहाँ तो कुछ दिखता नहीं है. यहाँ तो ऐसा नहीं है. Keep on giving suggestion. इनको तो समझता नहीं है. Only these people help. No other family helps. This family only knows how to help. We keep on gossiping. That is only we are projecting. What was our job? No reaction. See the divinity in all those people and serve them. Only serve them. That's all. And come out of that. But earliest you come out of that location, because people are standing there only for gossip, not for any other things. What has happened to that individual who has suffered? Nobody is bothered about them. They are bothered about creating havoc in their own mind. खुद का माइंड खराब करने के लिए वहां खड़े हो. So that has to be avoided. Don't react in life. Reactions happens due to the frustrations inside. So now the shloka has been told, Nirvasana. The topic itself says the state free from mental impressions. अपने को अपने mental impressions से free रहना है. मन का अपने पे हावी नहीं होना चाहिए. अपन मन पे हावी होना चाहिए. अथ ते शृणु वक्ष्यामि शंबरेण कृतं तथा दामोदय अहंकारात् निर्जता समरे सुरा इति संचित्त शास्त्र ज्ञान मिथ्या भाव विवर्जितम सविवेकवान अहंकार विहीनान मायया असृजत. What is that? Now I shall tell you what was done by this Sambarashur. Thereafter, this demon's king Samrashur was came to know that this Dhamma well and Cutter had their ego has gone up and they ran away into the Patal Lok, that is Netherlands. Netherlands bhag gayo. And now listen that this Samrashur who was very clever. So what he has understood then, hear this, thinking that even the Dhamma and Val and Cutter vanished in the battle with this demigod on account of their egotism, he created by his illusionary power persons who were knower of scriptures. See, so beautiful thing. And a Samrashur also took the help of the people knowing the scriptures and devote of false idea. That means they have no wrong notions and endowed with discrimination. So, and without egotism. So, four things Samrashur has now created the tailor-made demons. What are those? Very beautifully it said, knower of scriptures, जिनको शास्त्र का नॉलेज है, ऐसा पहला बना है. डिवोट ऑफ फॉल्स आइडिया, जिनको की गलत धारणाएं नहीं है, अपने मन के मुंगेरी लाल के हसीन सपने वो लगाते नहीं है. Endowed with discrimination, they have the vivek, what to do, what not to do, they know it, and they are without egotism. They do not have ego. They don't have their personal ego. He has created such people. So he has created what? He has created a perfectly beautiful demons or illusion with his illusionary powers, and they are going to fight with these gods, demigods. So whatever has to be done, they will be doing beautifully without raga dvesh, without any hatred, with and just only because of the equanimity. That means in the world also, if there is some occasion where we have to definitely safeguard our position by telling the position of another person, telling boss you are wrong here, keep quiet. We can say that, but it should not have an impact on our mind. When moment you say somebody to keep quiet, then you should know that wherever you are, whatever you are, whenever you are, be 100%. If you are on the battlefield, if you are like Arjuna, if you are fighting with someone, that moment you should be really a warrior. And there you should not become a philosopher. There you should not tell, okay, you should go by the left side on the road, you should only do this thing, you should only eat vegetarians. That is not the place. That place is for fighting. That's a war. The enemy is standing in front of you. Just attack. That's all. There is no other go, because there you know that Ragadesha is not there. He doesn't have a false idea. He doesn't have a egotism. He is full of discrimination and he has fully read the scriptures. Scriptures never says you only follow one pattern. Scripture says only remain in divinity. So these people are now who are created by this uh, Samrashur. What they have no wrong notions, they have better discrimination, no burden of ego, and they are abiding in the truth. So what happens is what is to be known is known to them, and they are not affected by Jara Mrityu. They are not suffering, and because of this now, the name of these three people are Bhima, Bhasa, and Druda. Bhima, Bhasa, and Druda are the three new entities which now this Samrashur has created. So what happens we'll see in that 27th shlok. Sarvajna Vedya Vettara Jara Marana Nirvara Bhimo Bhasa Drudasheti Nama Bhajo Hite Abhavan. They who knew everything, who had understood what ought to be understood, and who are free of the fear of old age and death, has indeed the name as Bhima, Bhasa, and Druda. So, what should be the lesson for us? For the lessons, because we are in the worldly place, at the time of death, whatever are our thoughts of the mind, that will be the blueprint for the next time. That means whenever you are going to leave this mortal coil, if your mind is very much with the divinity, your mind knows, yes, I can't die because this is the body, the instrument which I am using for my betterment, that only gets disintegrated into earth, water, fire, air, and sky. पंच महाभूत, पृथ्वी जल अग्नि वायु आकाश, इसमें वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो जाने वाले. So where the question comes of I am dying? No. So naturally when you are not dying, so only embodied goes to the Paramatma, and rather embodied also doesn't go to the Paramatma. In fact, it is only the reflection of Paramatma which is seen as embodied. So nothing to worry. Enjoy. You are here on a pilgrimage. आप यहाँ pilgrimage पे आए हो. आपका life में भी 100 साल होगा, because you are embodied for 100 years in that body. Enjoy that. Remain happy with your family, remain happy with the samsar, remain happy with the place where you are, remain happy with whatever the activities you are doing. There is nothing to change, because you are nowhere to go. आपको कहीं जाना नहीं है, कहीं आना नहीं है, आप जहाँ हो वहीं रहने वाले हो. Nothing is going to happen. So the highest spiritual practice is what? Be happy. Highest spiritual practice is be happy. So when you remain absolutely impression free, आपके ऊपर मन के पूरे impression चले गए, कोई आपको गाली दे, कोई आपकी प्रेस करे, क्योंकि आप पे परिणाम ही नहीं होने वाला, क्योंकि आपको यू आर ऑलरेडी डिवाइन, यू आर ऑलरेडी परमात्मा, एंड परमात्मा इज लाइक इन्फिनिटी, नोबडी कैन प्रेज और नोबडी कैन ब्लेम द परमात्मा. सो इट इज लाइक अ रिवर गेटिंग मर्ज इनटू द ओशन. वो नदी जो है वो जाके समुद्र को मिली तो नदी का ही अस्तित्व तो खत्म हो जाता है. सो रिवर डजंट रिमेन. So likewise now it is saying that these three people who have been now created by this Samrashur, Bhima, Bhasa and Druda. Now he introduced these three people for a war, because now Samrashur wants to win the war. So having gone there, one does not return to this material world. Like the river goes to the ocean, it never comes back as a river again, it is an ocean. So we also never come back. Once your mind is dissolved into the consciousness, you never come back again as a mind. You will be doing all the activities. So in Bhagavad Gita, what it says very nicely, यद गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद धामम परमम मम. जो एक बार ऐसी पता चल गया कि भैया मैं तो डिविनिटी हूँ, वही डिविनिटी है, मैं हुई नहीं, ये जो एम्बॉडीड भी जो लग रहा है, मैं तो बॉडी हुई नहीं, वो डिसइंटीग्रेट करके चले जाएगा. ये जो एम्बॉडीड भी दिख रहा है वो तो उसका ही रिफ्लेक्शन है, और रिफ्लेक्शन अपना खींच लेगा, तो ही विल रिमेन, आई एम एनीवे नॉट देयर. So nothing to do, nowhere to go, or nothing to gain, nothing to lose in life. कुछ भी पाना नहीं, कुछ भी खोना नहीं है लाइफ में. So mind is bound by the impression it carries. The mind क्या की वजह से प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है? Mind is always because of the impression which carries, and these impressions come only through the fear, through vasana and through ego. तीन ही चीजें impression लाता है. You have to drop that. Mind is bound by the impression it carries, and let there be no impressions in the life. What are the impressions? Friends, enemies, likes, dislikes, important, not important, past, future. These are all the impressions, and that has to be deleted. How it has to be deleted? Just say that there is sense of incompleteness is zero, and sense of divinity is also zero. That's all. इतना सीधा सीधा है. अपन इनकम्प्लीट नहीं, मेरे को कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए जगत में. ये जगत में का मेरे को कुछ भी नहीं चाहिए. ना मेरे को फूटी कौड़ी चाहिए, ना मेरे को बेंगलोर चाहिए, ना मेरे को प्रॉपर्टी चाहिए, ना मेरे को कुछ चाहिए. मेरे को जो मिला है आज के दिन में, आज की परिस्थिति में, आज 6 सितंबर को मैं जहां हूं, जैसा हूं, मस्त और मजे में हूं. मेरे को कोई एस्पिरेशन नहीं और आगे का नया बढ़ाने की. तो क्या है, ही इज ऑलरेडी विद द डिविनिटी, क्योंकि उसने डिजायर, लाइक एंड डिसलाइक छोड़ दिया. उसको परिवार के साथ नहीं रहना है, दैट इज अ डिसलाइक. उसको उसी परिवार के साथ रहना है, दैट इज अ लाइक. उसको उसी घर में रहना है, दैट इज अ लाइक. उसको उस घर में नहीं रहना है, दैट इज अ डिसलाइक. उसको वही दोस्तों के साथ रहना है, दैट इज अ लाइक. उसको वो दोस्तों के साथ नहीं रहना है क्योंकि इनिमिटी लगती है, वो दैट इज अ डिसलाइक. ये चीज उसके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है, दैट इज अ लाइक. ये चीज उसके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, दैट इज अ डिसलाइक. वो पुरानी बातें जो पूरी याद करता है, दैट इज अ पास्ट. नई बातें के बारे में प्रोजेक्शन करता है, दैट इज अ फ्यूचर. पर ये जो बंदा है वाइज, और ये जो पहुंची हुई चीज है, इसके ऊपर कोई परिणाम नहीं होता. तो व्हाट इज दैट? ही रिमेन्स इज वेरेवर ही इज, व्हाटएवर ही इज, व्हेनेवर ही इज 100% and happy. So as a result of that, our life performance will be perfect, since we are fully available. उस समय को अपन पूरे fully available रहेंगे. So likewise now such these three chaps have been created, Bhima, Vyasa and Druda, which has been told now in the 28th and 29th shloka. वीतरागगतत्वेष सततं समदृष्टिभिः प्राप्तार्थं काराभिः भीमे वर्तमानानु अनुवर्तिभिः देवसेना हता भूय जगाम शरणं हरिं. What has happened is now these Bhima, Bhasa and Druda, they were free of passion, they were free of ego, they were having all the discrimination power, and all the good qualities were there. They already read the scriptures. So with this, they they have no hatred for anyone, and who are always endowed with equal vision, who brought about the proper end, who were formidable and who were faithful to Samrashur. They fought the war and the god started losing the war. So again what happened is the demigod also are not ordinary people. They also approached the Vishnuji now. They approached, instead of Brahmaji, they have approached the Vishnuji, who is the sustainer. So they are very clever. They have gone to the Vishnuji, and Vishnuji has seen all the situation. They understood that this Bhima, Bhasa and Druda are not an ordinary persons who have been created by Samrashur through his illusory power. What they have? They are well read with scriptures. They have devote of false idea, उनको wrong notion नहीं है. They are endowed with discrimination, उनको विवेक बुद्धि, and they are without egoism. ये सब qualities उनमें हैं. They are perfect. They are just like God. Rather, they are gods only. So they cannot be killed other than the Vishnu. So what have Vishnu done then? Then the Bhima, Bhasa and Druda were killed by the Vishnu with his chakra. wheel-like weapon in a very fierce battle. It is like Vishnu fighting with other three Vishnu. एक विष्णु दूसरे थ्री विष्णु, maybe that is only an image of Vishnu fighting there, and those great soul devote of mental impression. Now this is again important point is coming, devote of mental, उनको mental impression सता नहीं रहते, went to the state of supreme tranquility. उनको मारा भी गया तो उनका क्या, they are already read the scriptures, मारा गया तो what they said, oh good, we cannot be killed because Panchamahabhuta has gone to Panchamahabhuta. Embodied, it's only a reflection of that Paramatma. So Vishnu has sent that embodied back to the Paramatma Swadham. So they're very happy. So they were in supreme tranquility. उनको अति आनंद आया तो शांतिम अमुपापगता. So these people who are nirvasana mahatmana, their word is mahatmanam, param shanti. It is not an ordinary shanti, it is param shanti. So they got the, because of devote of mental impression, went to the state of supreme tranquility. It's not like tranquility is coming back and going back. It is like Prashanti Nilayam. What is this Prashanti Nilayam? Sai Baba's this ashram's name is Prashanti Nilayam. Why Prashanti Nilayam name has been given? Shanti is opposite to Ashanti. If there is Ashanti, so there has to be Shanti. So these are two dual words. But Prashanti is when there is a Shanti or where is a Ashanti. A person remains in a supreme tranquility, that is Prashanti. Nothing, no impact on that. So your mind has to remain in the supreme tranquility, that's told here. Next shloka, there are three shlokas will remaining. We'll take those all the three and stop it there. Tasmat vyasanaya abaddham muktam nirvasnamana samaga lokanat satyat vasana praviliyate. Therefore, the mind is bound by mental impressions and set free for the absence by mental impressions. So now again coming to that same equation, mind minus the thinking process is equal to consciousness. Mental impressions you remove, what happens is the mind get dissolved into the consciousness and you remains always blissful, tranquil, cool, cheerful, and overall relaxed in all the conditions. So mental impression melts away by proper perception and by the proper meditation on the truth. So that's why we have to keep on. इसलिए बोला क्या गया है? We are saying Shotriya Brahmanishta, the person who is well read. Just now I am speaking, I am reading this essence of YOGAVAASISHTHA. So if you say that I am well read, I am reading this so many times. Well read, this is only well read. I have to be also Brahmanishta. These all the things should come in my life. It is not because somebody external person in my family or somebody else's family says you are Brahmajna, so I become Brahmajna. No. Or you are Kshatriya, I become Kshatriya. Because tomorrow somebody will say you are a fool, so I don't become fool. Either don't become a Kshatriya Brahmanishta because somebody says that, or somebody says you are fool because you don't know how to wear the comb or you don't know how to wear the shirt. I doesn't become the fool also. So what is that? My state of mind should be such that nothing in this world should trouble me, and my state of mind should be a supreme tranquility. मेरा मन supreme tranquility रहना चाहिए वैसा आपका भी. It should be devoid of mental impression. So mental impression should melt away in a proper perception, and that is possible only by two methods: continuously listening to the satsang, कंटिन्यूसली लिसनिंग टू एवरी डे. लोटा रोज घसना पड़ेगा. लोटा रोज घसने के बाद क्या होगा, अपना एटीट्यूड बदलेगा, और एटीट्यूड बदलेगा उससे क्या हो जाएगा, आदमी ब्रह्मनिष्ठ हो जाएगा. उसके लिए थोड़ा थोड़ा मे बी एवरी डे 5 मिनट्स यू शुड सिट असाइड एंड थिंक ओवर. अपने आप से मत बोलो और शांति का श्रवण करो. अपने आप से मत बोलो मीन्स we have, when we remain alone in a solitude, we start talking, murmuring with ourselves. So reduce that. If you are talking for 50 times in a minute, make it 20 times, make it 10 times, maybe 2 times. And Shanti ka Shravan karo means when you are sitting there, you are hearing the sound of fan, you are hearing the sound of your grandson. Let that sound come, it doesn't impact your mind. So, apne aap se mat bolo, Shanti ka Shravan karo, you do that. Then automatically what will happen is, dekho suno bolo mat. You will see, hear, and you will not talk. The commenting part of your life will start reducing. The accident happens on the street. Initially, you used to make 10 statements, now you make only one statement. Initially, you used to make one statement, now you'll go and there and help the people. You'll not make any statement. So that is an attitude change. So next shloka is Vasana Vilaya Chetam Shamyatya Sneha Deepavat Asya Samsara Dukkhasya Sarvopadravakarinim Upaya Eka Evasti Manasa Swaya Nigrahe. So what is the upaya? It is only the control of mind. So what the shloka says, on the dissolution of mental impression, the mind is extinguished like a lamp without oil. If a lamp, there is a batti is there, and there is, you are also igniting fire, power is also there, but there is no there is no oil in that, so naturally that batti or that flame will remain for maybe 10 seconds, it will go off. So likewise also, when your mental impressions are not there, your things will immediately go into the consciousness. There's only one remedy for the pain of this worldly existence which causes all trouble. एक ही solution है इसके लिए. वशिष्ठ ऋषि saying that सर्वो उपद्रव कारिणीम संसार दुखस्य, संसार का दुख खत्म करने का है तो एक ही रेमेडी है. कौन सा रेमेडी है? ये पूरे जगत के ट्रबल हटाने के लिए एक ही रेमेडी है, पेन ऑफ दिस वर्ल्ड है, दैट इज द रिस्ट्रेन ऑफ वंस ओन माइंड. खुद का माइंड कंट्रोल करना यही रेमेडी है, दूसरा कोई भी रेमेडी नहीं. देयर इज नो अदर रेमेडी. निर्वासना मत मुक्ता, इट इज लिबरेशन. So when we recognize our divine nature, all wrong notions will disappear. More we remain in this awareness, mind will remain more calm and quiet. The mind calm and quiet रहेगा. Like ice cube dissolves in water, mind will dissolve in consciousness. So the problems of the worldly problems cannot be solved. They have to be dissolved. How? Thinking that you are divine. So to get rid of samsara dukkha, miseries of relative world, it's only possible by the control of our mind, and mind should be then will be available to us. Outside on the back of the truck, most of the truck in India, it is written what? Manacha brake, uttam brake. अपने माइंड का ब्रेक लगाना उत्तम ब्रेक है. यू हैव टू कंट्रोल व्हेन यू आर कंट्रोलिंग योर नॉर्मल ट्रक ऑन द रोड. मनाचा ब्रेक उत्तम ब्रेक है. So that's what I apply the brake to your mind. That is the best brake, not like seeing some jugglery on the road, right? So similarly, when you here also what has to be done, restraints of own mind. अपने मन को शांत रखना है. कैसे रखना है? बार बार पढ़ाई करना है. श्रोत्रिय बार बार की एवरीडे पढ़ना है. श्रोत्रिय फिर ब्रह्मनिष्ठ होना है. उसमें अपना मन यस, whether I like it or not, whether I know it or not, I am a divine. Whether I like it or not, I know it or not, I am divine. So for that purpose, we have just now done a recording of Ganpati Atharva Shishya. There also one more step, lower step is said. It is told through Ganpati Vidya, Ganesh Vidya. Om Gan Ganapate Nama. If you recite this 108 times, what will happen is your mind immediately will go into the Ganesha. And when mind goes into the Ganesha, then you will know that Am Tattvamasi, Am Brahmasmi. And then from this Am Brahmasmi, all the three will get dropped. And again you will remain in the divinity. Whether I like it or not, whether I know it or not, I am divine. Otherwise, what happens is you will always remain in bhogacha, in bondage. I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to get this thing. And subsequently, you will all do this and you will get fed up. कुछ दिनों के बाद आप fed up हो जाओगे. And when you get fed up, what you start doing is you start becoming happy. जब जीवन में fed up होते हैं तो मैं becoming happy. तो कैसे करेंगे becoming happy? You will start doing something, some yoga, some classes, going picnic, doing outside. And कोई नहीं मिला तो spiritual liquidity. You will take the help of liquor and all that and suffer. All the body will, the instrument which God has given, you will spoil that instrument also. So you should not become happy. You should be happy. Be happy under all situations. And for that only scriptures help. All these efforts which you do through becoming happy are all invalid because they do not cannot give the permanent solution. Permanent solution is happy only available when you restrain your mind. Rather, you have to kill your mind. And how you kill your mind? Either we talk to ourselves or we talk to others. अपने से बात बोलते हैं दूसरे से करते, तो you do not talk to yourself and listen to silence. If you do this meditation, the things will be very much in your favor. So the last shloka is भोगेच्छा मात्र को बंधा तत्यागो मोक्ष उच्यते मनसो अभ्युदय अनाशा मनोनाश महोदय. The desire of enjoyment is only bondage. मेरे को desire है enjoyment के लिए. I have one car, I want second car. I have my own house, I want somebody else's house. I have one wife, I want to make another wife. I want to maybe knowingly, maybe unknowingly. I have 10 things with me. I want 11th of shirt with me. I want only enjoyment, and that makes bondage and that makes suffering. The renunciation is that is called as liberation. छोड़ दो जो अपना नहीं उसको छोड़ दो, कोई मतलब नहीं इसमें. The rising of the mind is destruction. Moment you the mind rises up from what? Rises up from your likes, dislikes, rises up from your ego, and rises up from fear. इससे अपना माइंड ऊपर चलेगा तो क्या हो जाएगा? It will always remain in the divinity mode. That means it will be always happy under all the situations. The destruction of mind is called as beatitude. It is a beatitude. So we have to kill the mind. Killing the mind means halt, stop all the projections of the mind. अपने mind के जो projections है उसको stop, because perception of the mind will keep on going. अपने को जगत में सब चीजें दिखते रहेंगी, but stop doing the projections. Projection of mind happens because of the speech, Either we talk to ourselves or we talk to others. When we talk to the world, we give the status of reality to the world, and then it multiplies, and then we suffer and we remain in samsara. And we do not talk to ourselves, we keep silence, and in this process, what we do is देखो सुनो बोलो मत. Mind is kept live because of too much involvement. अपन जगत में खूब सारा involvement हो जाता है. We suffer in that. Stop forwarding the messages which are uncalled for, messages which are not desired, messages which are not going to give help, because you have to make your mind as guru, Shotriya Brahmanishta. Our job here in this world is only one thing, that is a bliss, bliss, bliss. So first thing should happen is Dehatma Bhav has to be dropped. Second thing has to happen is Jivatma Bhav has to be dropped. And third thing which has to happen is even Ishwaratma Bhav has to be dropped and remain in divinity, lead a simple and disciplined life. समझदारी जीवन में आना चाहिए. So if that again example comes, if internal air and the external air they stop interacting with us, what happens is life is not possible. You say that he is dead and gone. So basically, air is inside, air is outside. That means body is in the air. Not that this prana is in the body. Prana is inside, prana is outside. That means body is in the prana, not that prana is in the body. When the body drops, nothing happens to prana. That means when the body drops, nothing happens to us. Therefore, life is inside as well as the outside. As long as our mind is holding on to the body, our thinking will always with reference to the body. So and that is a bondage, that is an ego, that is a samsara. When we go to the deep sleep, what happens is we forget about the body. We have no bondage, but that is a temporary suspension. Again, morning we start up what? We say that we see Bhutakash outside and we are always in the relative world without knowing actually what is the absolute world. So try to create the situation of restraint of one's mind, but to remove the ego, to remove the desires and likes, and to remove our fanatism towards all the worldly thing. Always remember this is the Leela of that Leela man. We are here only for a pilgrimage. We are here only to enjoy. So with this we have completed third topic. Tomorrow we'll start the last topic, that is Jiva Avirbhav, the manifestation of the individual soul. So very enchanting story of Dhamma and others we are seeing. Let us ponder on that and let us keep our mind with us, not with other people. With this prayers, Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tatsat. Sri Ramachandra Pranamastu. Today is the Janmashtami, the Bhagwan Krishna's festival is there. We can enjoy this festival with the same fervor, like we are here for a pilgrimage, and we know one of the divine incarnation of this Almighty was also Krishna. So with that Krishna consciousness, with that same consciousness which has been developed in our heart, we should follow the same thing and be happy always. Thank you.